Hello, I'm Laura Davis from TideandTime.com here at WBOC's Historic Studio D. You're watching Delmarva Life.
Oh, it smells so good what she's making.
We need to go over there and help her. That's what we need to do.
We're gonna.
Do that in this segment. Yeah. So, are you planning a home improvement project this year? If so, you are not alone. The remodeling industry has shown solid growth for the past 2 years, and there's no sign it's letting up.
Experts say some 43 million homeowners a year attempt a do-it-yourself project, and an estimated 1 in 5 suffers an injury. In today's Angie's List report, how to avoid a DIY gone BAD.
What happens when you try to take on some do-it-yourself projects? Just ask homeowner Sarah Saucedo. She fell in love with the look of a black painted interior door after she came across pictures online.
I love DIY. I love projects. And I thought this one would be really simple. I mean, I've painted doors before. I use spray paint all the time, and this was going to be a really simple, maybe an hour-long project if that. And it turned into a huge mess.
And when Sarah says huge, she wasn't expecting this to happen when she took on this DIY project.
I have a back door that had grids in it, and I decided to take those off. I painted the door, and then I wanted to take the grids off to spray paint them black because I thought that'd be a lot easier than hand painting them. So I took the grid off, went around the corner for a little bit, came back, and the door had fallen outside, thank goodness, and was in a million pieces.
All of us will attempt DIY projects at some point in our life. I mean, let's face it, it's fun, it's your house, you enjoy doing things to make it a better place, but you need to know whether you're getting yourself in over your head. If it's a project you've never tackled, you might consider consulting with a professional. People don't realize that the pros a lot of times will offer some advice. They might charge you for an hour of consultation, which might save you a lot of headaches.
Homeowner Jonathan Metzger called in a pro for help with his bathroom remodel. He then realized the project was more than he could handle.
When you get into a project like that, it seems a bit daunting to begin with, but then you start the demo and you take the walls down and you take out a cast iron tub and you see all the inner workings, and that's where you start to see the complexity.
For homeowners like Jonathan, they think just because they took on another household project, they can handle just about anything. But every remodel or upgrade has its own set of complexity to tackle.
The one downstairs I did completely by myself. The one that we're standing in now is the master bath, and as you look around you can see that the drywall's been done by a contractor, and I'll be coming back through with installing the cabinets and doing the tile work.
I think the reason DIY is still so popular is because there's so much media attention. There's television shows, there's magazines, there's websites that all show how projects can be done, but sometimes consumers get themselves in over their head.
Before starting any DIY project, Angie's List says you should ask yourself these 3 questions. First, do you have the right skills and experience? Remember, there's no substitute for the skills needed to fix repairs or do a remodel. Second, do you have enough spare time? Some repairs need immediate attention and complete follow-through. If you can't get to it in time, don't do it. And finally, do you have the right tools? Not every toolkit has the items you will need to get the job done, so it may involve a trip to your local hardware store. Yeah. Still ahead on Delmarva Life, we just talked about how some DIY projects can lead to frustration, so which ones should you try to avoid at all costs? Well, Brian Spiros is in Salisbury this afternoon with more. Brian?
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, from up on the roof to down on the ground, find out which do-it-yourself projects you should be avoiding and the right questions you should be asking if you have to hire a contractor.
And a little bit later on, it's the #1 show on Friday nights, and there's some new cop pairings on Blue Bloods. We're going to go behind the scenes to see how these duos work together, both in front of and behind the camera. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.